We're going to start talking about rules for using exponents. There's about, I think, 5 or 6 rules. By themselves, they're not very difficult, but they are easy to confuse with each other, and therefore it takes a lot of practice. I know I've said this before in the lectures, but it's something I think I need to repeat. Learning math takes practice, not looking at it, not listening to it, but a pencil in your hand, paper in front of you, doing the questions. Make sure you're taking time for that. So the first thing we want to look at is the product rule. Now remember that product means multiplication. So let's see what we have here. A to the power of m times a to the power of n. The first thing I want you to notice is that the bases are the same. Let's think about an example using numbers before we talk about this rule. What if we had 2 cubed times 2 to the power of 4? If I expand that, I have 2 times 2 times 2, multiplying 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. Can you see that now my base is staying the same, but I've got 7 2s? We added the exponents. So our product rule then says keep the base the same, add the exponents. So here it is. When multiplying powers of the same base, keep the base, add the exponents. Let's try these questions at the bottom. Y cubed times y squared times y. The bases are all the same. So we keep the base and add the exponents. 3 plus 2 plus 1. Don't forget, if no exponent is written, we have a power of 1. The bases are the same. Add the exponents. Why would I mark this wrong? The base is in brackets. You need to keep it in brackets. Remember that brackets make a difference when we're working with powers. Now this one, multiplication, I could write this without any brackets because it's all multiplication. And we know that multiplication is commutative. That means that the order can be changed. Now, do you see we could multiply these integers? 4 times 3 is 12. And then we have bases that are the same. Keep the base, add the exponents. Here are 3 for you to try. Pause your video, do the first one. Now you can see I changed the order for the first question. You don't have to do that, but it might help you see the question a little bit more clearly. I see I have 2 factors with a base of x. Keep the base, add the exponents. 2 factors with a base of y. Keep the base, add the exponents. If you haven't already finished, pause your video, do the last 2. The base is -2. We're going to keep it in brackets because we see the brackets there. Oops. Add the exponents. Now, a question like this, -2 to the power of 6, I would expect you to evaluate it. These numbers aren't very big, and you can certainly figure out what this equals without a calculator. The exponent is even. That means my answer will be positive. 2 times itself 6 times, 64. People make a mistake here a lot. They forget that this is multiplication. 3 multiplying -4. And then I have a common base A, add the exponents. Same base B, add the exponents. Did you get those? If they're still difficult, make sure you spend extra time in the Pearson homework. I want to look at one more rule with you today. This power rule for exponents. Let's think about x squared raised to the power of 3. The 3 is beside the bracket. That means I have x squared 3 times. And remember, if I opened each of these brackets, or rather expanded the exponents, we would have x times x multiplying itself 3 times. Can you see what we did? We have 6 x's. This is x to the power of 6. We kept the base again, and we multiplied the exponents. Keep the base, multiply the exponents. So whenever we're raising a power to a power, again, we're going to keep the base. But this time, we're going to multiply the exponents. Now, don't confuse that with what we just did. When we're multiplying powers, we added the exponents. Now we're raising a power to a power, and we multiply the exponents. So in the first one, keep the base, multiply the exponents. By now, you should be memorizing 2 to the power of 6. The next one, what do you think? Keep the base, multiply the exponents. Pause your video, try this last one. Yeah, you should keep that base in brackets to the power of 8. That's a bit of a big number. I wouldn't expect you to multiply that out. So we'll stop here. Go and do some practice. We'll talk about more rules in the next video.